development team working on, you know, very much in terms of promoting that investment.
We don't want what we've got now with Greyleys, and even though Greyleys is a part of Sleaford, they don't necessarily look on themselves as a part of Sleaford. It's we've got a divide. We don't want to have a 3-tiered or even a 4 when you get the rest of them. It needs to be cohesive and it needs to pull it all together.
Yeah.
And for that, you've got to have the town centre.
Yeah, I think that's part of this application as well. It's not ensuring that what comes forward as part of the level centre, the retail units, is option of a hotel as well, potentially within there, ensuring that they are not of a scale which potentially undermines Sleaford Town Centre as a city centre, that they are of a scale that's appropriate to that development.
Right, I've been reminded we need to get on, so can I give Councillor McCallum his chance, then Councillor Reeves and Councillor Fernandez and then
You're right. Most of my working life is involved with highways construction. I believe that the minimum you would have to do to make this haul road safe is a left out only. So
yes. Yeah, I think that's what the transport assessment is saying. So
they have to.
Haul road. Yeah.
And I worked with Scanscrew, and that's a small company.
The LCC are unlikely to run turning traffic from the A15.
Left out.
You try to do that as a driver.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, Councillor Reeves.
Slade out.
Councillor Reeves.
Can I ask you 3 questions really? Has both these urban extensions gone through the traffic model? Because last time I asked they hadn't.
Yes, they have. Yeah, the Sleaford South application went through the traffic model with and without the Sleaford South East regeneration schemes being in place. The Sleaford West application has gone through the traffic model on the back of the planning permission for Sleaford South, so that the cumulative impacts are and have been modelled already by Highways, and the report has been produced. We haven't had their final version yet back from Highways, but it has been completed.
And as the previous traffic model, will that be shared with other accounts?
The model itself,
the results.
Yeah, the traffic model results actually will form part of LCC's response. So they will give a response setting out their comments, and they will give a summary of their traffic modelling report.
Are this one and the other one, are either of those developments making a direct contribution towards infrastructure within the town centre and facilities within the town centre?
The Sleaford South scheme in terms of highways contributions contributes around about, I think it's about £1.6 million through the legal agreement in terms of sustainable transport measures which could be spent anywhere within the town. But those measures are generally as identified in the Sleaford transport strategy. So that could include works within the town centre. They don't contribute to any of the, I suppose, non-highways works within the town centre, because that would be a direct impact of the development. So contributions have to be proportionate and directly related to the development. But there is a sustainable transport pot, again, which is being added to by a number of developments to try and address holistic cumulative highway impacts.
And declaring an interest in, I am a governor of the school, how with both urban extensions do you intend to balance the introduction of those schools? Because the school that I'm a governor of would have an impact if we lost 10 or 20 pupils, and you can't bring half a school on, or you can bring one form entry, but you can't bring half a classroom on. Yeah. And so those numbers and the way finances for all schools are being stacked up at the moment are delicate. So at what point do you bring in, because and most of the schools in Sleaford, certainly the primary schools, are probably 95, 96, 97% full.
Yeah.
So how do you bring those schools on board or not during the period of development of both urban extensions? Because that is going to be a fair balancing act to bring those schools on board and not actually pull pupils out of the existing primary schools or have too many pupils within there. And as I say, as I'm sure you're aware, schools get paid on their number on roll at any given time. They don't pay for all 420 pupils whether you've got them or not. So how do you propose to do that, or how do you ensure that that flows through.
Well, each of the two urban extensions has its own primary school allocation of 2 elementary primary school. The Education Authority have told us that those sites need to be delivered early, so a service site needs to be delivered around about 100 houses, purely because of the need to then engage the consultants to build the school and then to start gathering the contributions to build the bricks and mortar. Now, the Education Authority have been very clear that the schools cater primarily for those 2 extensions on their own. Therefore, there won't be any draw from either the other urban extension or existing schools existing primary schools within Sleaford. So it would be down to the Education Authority to advise us and to be satisfied that when they open single forms of entry, that is predicated on the population that's within the urban extension and only is there to accommodate primarily the people that are living on site that generate that demand on site for those classrooms. So there's going to be, I think from the Education Authority's perspective, there will need to be some careful planning about timings, but we know from experience that they need the sites to be made available early because of the lead-in time to physically build and to get the finances in place.
Right, Councillor Fernandez.
Well, first of all, my main concern is the drainage. I do not want a fountain in my toilet. I need those drainage items dealt with at pre-planning, because in other places you've had this. In certain areas around here, the drainage, manholes must not be on the road, because as soon as the rain goes in, they go straight down the manholes. Manhole covers and straight in and come out the other end, as you know, well, you've probably seen already. So that's one of my main things. So now I'll carry on with the rest of it. You said that we are housing in Sleaford. We are only, according to the LCC plan, we only need 6% demand, whereas Lincoln and all that area up there is on 15. The Drove. The Drove and London Road, for instance, we have got a traffic problem that goes all the way from Tesco's to the Holdingham roundabout. Now, if you want to go down the Drove at this moment, you won't be able to in any truck whatsoever. Oh, also, the fire engine is not allowed to use the bridge.
Can you be a bit more precise in the question?
I'm sorry, I'm just giving information at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay? The main, you've already dealt with the roundabout. I do not understand how a roundabout can cost so many millions, where in the third world they have an oil drum and a bit of paint. Schools, are you going to be paying the transport fare from the railway station to the schools? We already got people from Sleaford going to North Highcombe and Ruskington for their schools. We have already been told by the NHS that they will not be funding any more items in Sleaford because they haven't got the money to do North Holdingham League. So I don't know where you're going to get that money from.
Okay then.
The main thing is jobs.
Can you get to your question?
Right. Where is the green space for the recreation ground for the whole of that area? You've got 1,400
looking at your plan or the plan, the green space, that plan is indicative, but what it shows is...
Yeah, you've got all the blue space. Where is the large green space?
Well, it's the southern boundary on the plan, obviously.
That is the school.
The school playing fields on the southern boundary are in that position. The school and the playing fields are in that position in effect because of the floodplain constraints. So the flood zone that covers the bottom.
So it's all right if they the school gets flooded?
No, the school land itself is on raised land. So the area to the south of that, where the pitches are is proposed to be used as a dual usage open space area for the school, and then outside of the school hours, obviously some of the additional land right beyond the pitches would be accessible 24 hours a day effectively. but that's the focus of the outdoor space.
Just this bit. If you raise the ground, the rest of the housing downstream, which is the town council, the town centre, will get flooded. And it's already been proven everywhere else.
There's a flood risk
Ken, our colleagues are not on trial here.
Sorry.
Someone from this is Brighton, not actual officers.
Well, it's already all history all over everywhere else. It's all history all over everywhere else and on Google. What I've said.
We've got one
I'd like to
addition.
I'd just like to sum up. I'd like to thank you very much for coming. I'm sure you haven't enjoyed it that much. I'd just like to sum up. I mean, there's been great concerns raised about these large developments and how they take place, with the Grayleys site being an example. You know, my personal view has been a bit of a disaster. Because I can remember coming to Sleaford 12 years ago and seeing the marvellous plans, you know, that were being promoted at that time in terms of what that was going to look like, and it's not turned out like that at all. There is very little there for the residents of Grayleys. They are quite divorced from the town, and it must be quite a difficult life they have in there in terms of actually carrying out their normal activities. I would like to hope that if this urban extension here, or the one down Hadley Chase, or the one on Granton Road, ever do take place, and I'll come back to that, that there would be lessons learnt, and that we wouldn't have those same sort of errors again. But the nature of these developments and how they're subdivided across a number of builders makes it very difficult to actually ensure that the master plan is actually delivered. I think the thing that's missing out of all this is whether people will want to move into Sleaford and buy houses in Sleaford, with all the negative aspects that have come with the development over the recent years, and will come even more so with the sort of property, the sort of building numbers that you're talking about here. Sleaford, you know, so we're all talking about the town centre and how you might develop it. The town centre is a very small area. We've got a development site, I accept, that nobody knows what to do with it, but you know, it's not as though you can actually, you know, put double the size of the shops in Sleaford Town Centre. Not as though anybody from the next century will ever get there, because we've already talked about the queues that exist on our network as it stands at the moment. I know I'm doing the same. And certainly, having chosen to put into the model, that the results of the model were completely ignored by NKDC and the County Council, because there were significant negative effects identified, which were just ignored. We'll sort it all out with bus priority or cycling. And I'm feeling this is exactly what's going to happen yet again, and it will happen always. It will always happen this way, with the way that you are going about trying to deliver the regional requirements in a very small market town. And I'm afraid that Sleaford will suffer the consequence if this ever does see the light of day. I don't think people will be buying. We've got complete raw as it stands at the moment, and I doubt very much if people will want to be moving there.
I think we're better tied up there.
I think we've got enough for us to work with the resolution, Chair.
Yes, of course.
Whilst you finish with each other, and I will score.
Yes, can I thank you very much? You're very welcome to come back to our premises.
Think either way,
Right, okay, we've got a draft resolution that the council resolves to delegate the submission.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, the draft is that the council resolves to delegate the submission of the council's response to the SWE outline application to the chairman and holding members, plus the neighbourhood plan working group lead, and it should also read West Home members as well. I hasten to add. These councillors to have regard for the advice from the town council's planning consultants and discussion with NKDC planning officers.
Chairman, if I could add the issue that sits behind that resolution, I don't necessarily say that I agree with it personally. We have to have our response into NKDC by the 15th of July, which is not this week, next week. So we haven't got another full council meeting. We have to decide today how we're going to get a response in. And we must get a response in. This is a very important outline planning application that sits before us, and it has big ramifications for Sleaford. We have to make a proper, meaningful comment.
And what we want to get is a professional response that details a series of concerns so that we can get the best for the people of Sleaford. And I think this application is a very important one. Councillor Brand?
Could you just clarify, Chair, actually the names of the councillors will be on this? Because you rattled off a number of groups and subgroups.
Yes, right. The chairman named myself, the holding members, which would be Councillor Jackson, Councillor Fernandez, and Councillor Charlesworth. And it would be the West Home members, who two of them are there, have done a lot already, which is Councillor Brandt and Councillor Clegg. And we used to forget Councillor Lorimer, who's had good questions tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And another person mentioned is the chair of the neighbourhood plan working party, Councillor Quinn, who I hope that's a satisfactory proposal. Yeah, Councillor Jackson.
Could I ask to be excused from that, because I may be accused of prejudice in my comments of Steve, and I will certainly have a lot to say.
Councillor Clegg?
I think, again, as standing on district, I think I would have a difficulty being on that team. But if I may also, I think there are an awful lot of people, if you exclude Councillor Councillor Jackson and myself, there's still a lot of people. I think we need to be very clear one is leading this response, and whether, as I said, there's still too many people on it.
Yes, I've got several hands up. I've got a suggestion who could lead it, but right, we've got Councillor Lorimer and Councillor Charlesworth.
Okay, well, as Councillor Aaron pointed out, we've got to have this resolution, whatever we're doing, in very quickly. So I'd be quite happy, I'm retired on Friday, I've got more time now, I'd be quite happy to be part of this group, because as a West Ham Ward Councillor, I'm always trying to get involved with various issues that are going on. So I'm quite prepared, if somebody calls a time and a place, for to be there.
Yes, Kevin will be calling the time and place.
Okay.
And Councillor Charlesworth?
Yeah, well, I accept that the District Council has got a conflict of interest, but I think we've still got enough on this group to make it workable. If you get sounding rather like the first list that you read out, I'm happy to be honest, I can't speak for the rest of Councillor who wants to be chairman, but I would suggest Councillor Brown.
Yes. Chairman, were you proposing this as a resolution?
Yes, as a resolution.
Has it been seconded by anybody?
Councillor McCallum was seconded. That's going to be a more
Yes.
James, who proposed.
And I've modified it slightly to include West Home as well as
It's a workable group at 117.
And we've got two councillors who have decided to take themselves off it, which is Councillor Clegg and Jackson. So we have a much more legible group.
Should we just list out the names then?
Right.
What's been said by Councillor Jackson?
There's Councillor Fernandez, Charlesworth, Brand, Lorimer, Coyne, and there's still myself, because the legal advice I've received is slightly different, but I feel that I've got my get out of jail clause, which is that I'll look at the application with what's the term? Open mind.
Remember, we are responding to, as a consultee, to a planning application. We have material constraints of that, and I sent probably Globe and Anthony had covered it in their previous paper, so it will be quite tight. There will be no sort of open-ended subjectivity to what we actually comment on, I think.
So we're happy that those 6 do it.
Yeah.
I'll put it to the vote unless anyone's got any amendment. Can I see all those in favour?
1, 2, 3, we can vote 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, Chair. There's more hands up on that, so.
And anybody against and any abstentions?
2. 1, 2, sorry, that's 13, 2. I apologise, I came to Councillor Gray. 13, 4, 2 abstentions, Chair.
Right. Can I ask a further?
Would it be possible for the clerk to give us the list of the actual, you know, for the planning requirements? There's usually a list of
We'll sort that out after the meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Time is pressing, unless there's anything else you wish to say about this item. If not, we've got item number 3, apologies for absence.
Councillors